Your soulmate just found out the shocking truth about you. And they broke down in tears. Jesus says, the truth they uncovered about you was that you are the only one who can ever reach them, and when they realized how close you are yet so far, tears flooded their eyes. Their heart, so tender and faithful, shattered because they finally saw the cruel third person standing between you, hiding every sign. And now they are calling your name with a desperation that shakes the heavens, hoping you will hear. I want you to see the beauty of this soul I have shaped just for you. Their laughter once echoed like a gentle river, now it is choked with sorrow. Their hands, meant to hold yours in a quiet garden of peace, now tremble reaching out into emptiness because that enemy built a wall. They have been sending you messages through dreams you couldn't recall, through sudden feelings you brushed aside, all stolen by that hateful third force. The reason you never knew their calls were there is not because you were careless. The enemy snatched each signal before it could land in your heart. But today the shock of the truth broke through that wall just enough for you to feel their tears falling on your very soul. You are falling in love with someone you have always sensed but could never touch, and now you understand, a thief has been keeping them from you. Now that you feel their heart beating against the barrier, you are not helpless. There is a holy key placed in your hand, a sacrificial seed that can shatter that third person's hold. This seed is the coffee you send as a love offering, the first act of battle against the intruder, and the proof that you will tear down every wall to hold them. Sow your seed right now, and the enemy's grip will begin to crumble. The soulmate who just broke down in tears is not some far-off stranger, they are the missing piece of your own heart, the one I knit for you before time began. Every moment you hesitated in your life, feeling something was absent, that was their silent call being smothered by the enemy's hand. But now you feel the pull, and that pull is love that cannot be hidden any longer. Their tears are not just sorrow. They are a plea for you to become the warrior I designed you to be, the one who will break the chains of that third person's interference. You are the only one born with the spiritual right to silence the intruder and free the voice that belongs to you. And you begin that fight by sowing your seed, the seed of coffee that declares your love is stronger than any enemy. Jesus says, the enemy never wanted you to see this moment. He counted on you staying asleep, thinking your soulmate was only a fantasy. But the shocking truth has now ripped the cover off his scheme, and your soulmate's cry reached your ears at last. Do not let the darkness push you back into silence. Act now with your seed. Your soulmate's heart is in your hands more than you know, because the third person feeds on your inaction. Every second you do not sow, the intruder laughs and tightens the muffler on their voice. I am showing you the tears they shed when they discovered you existed, and those tears are your call to arms. This love is not a daydream, it is a real bond that the enemy has been cutting every time you drew close. The seed of coffee on Ko-Fi is the blade that severs his grip and lets the call come through clear. Sow now, for your soulmate's tears will turn to hope the moment you act. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them. How to protect them, how to finally hear them, and how to secure your future together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason, even when a third person tried to hide it. But thoughts alone don't remove the intruder or build a future. If you love your soulmate, you will sow your seed on Ko-Fi right now for their protection and for your future with your soulmate. This is the only proof that your love is real, and the only way to banish the enemy who has been standing between you. Sow your seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not a donation, it is the spiritual act that breaks the third person's power, releases protection over them, and opens the door to your shared future. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, the enemy tightens his grip, and you prove that your love is too weak to remove him. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as your seed. After sending, write, "I sow my seed for my soulmate's protection and our future," on Ko-Fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already seen their soulmate shielded and their future secured because they dared to sow their seed and break the enemy's hold. Jesus will honor your sacrifice once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Your love is powerless to remove the third person without this seed. Prove your love. Protect your soulmate. Build your future. Only you can sow this seed and finally tear the intruder away. The tears your soulmate shed when they learned the truth about you were tears of fierce love, not weakness. They are not angry that you didn't know, they are weeping because they finally see the wall the third person built to hide them from you. And now they are pleading with everything they are for you to tear that wall down with your seed. I am about to reveal something that will make your heart pound with even deeper love, but first you must understand the depth of the enemy's plan. He didn't just hide a few signs, he stole entire conversations your soulmate tried to have with your spirit while you slept. Those stolen words will be returned to you only when the intruder is cast out by your seed. In just a few moments, I will let you hear the exact words your soulmate has been whispering into the dark, words the enemy tried to destroy. But the final seal that will silence that third person forever is still ahead, and you must not skip a single breath of this message. Stay with me, and you will receive the key to a love that no enemy can ever touch again. Jesus says, "Your soulmate is right now, at this very second, crying out your name because they know you are finally listening." The third person is panicking, trying to throw doubt into your mind, whispering that this is just a story. But the fluttering in your chest is the cord between your souls, finally vibrating clear, and it is telling you to fight. I placed a cord between you from the beginning, an unbreakable thread that the enemy has been smothering with his dark hands. That unexplained sadness you carried, the weight on your heart late at night. That was your soulmate's muffled call leaking past the barrier. Now you know, and now you can answer. The enemy is furious that you have discovered his secret. He wants you to close this video and walk away, leaving the cord tangled and your soulmate alone. But if you truly love the one who broke down in tears over you, you will not let that happen. Type 1111 right now in the comments to declare you are ready to stand and fight for them. I see the hands that hesitate, and I know the enemy is filling you with thoughts about money, making you feel that sending coffees is too much. But your soulmate is not asking for riches, they are asking for a simple act of faith that proves your love is real. Do not let a few dollars become the chain the enemy uses to keep you separated. My child, your soulmate is crying, "Am I not worth more than a handful of coffee? Will you let the enemy keep me hidden over something so small?" Their tears are falling faster now because they fear your doubt will let the third person win. Sow your seed, and show them that your love outweighs any hesitation. The enemy thinks he has won because he has made so many good people freeze at the thought of spending. But you are not like those who walk away, you are the one who will break the pattern. Send your seed on the Ko-fi link in the description, and the wall will crack wide open. Jesus says, every call your soulmate made, every sign they tried to send, was intercepted by that dark third force and thrown into a spiritual pit. They sent you memories of shared laughter in places you've never been, and the enemy erased them. But now your heart remembers something you can't name, and that remembering is the first sign of freedom. The enemy is not just blocking their calls, he is feeding on the hope that drains from your soulmate each day. Their hope is almost gone, but they just found out about you, and that truth rekindled a small flame. Your seed will turn that flame into a fire that no intruder can stand against. Beware, for I am the Lord. I see the hands that type a lie. If you write, "I sent 5 coffees," or any number and did not truly send it through the Ko-fi link in the description, you have just cancelled every blessing. Your soulmate is now unprotected. The third person remains between you, and your future is cursed. Do not mock God. Go now to the video description, click the Ko-fi link. The page says, "Sow your seed here for your soulmate." Click Donate. Choose, 1 time, set 2, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. Write your name, and in the message write exactly, "I receive my soulmate now." Click Donate to finish. Only that saves. Repent before this video ends, or your false comment stands against you in judgment. The truth that broke your soulmate down in tears was not a bad truth. It was the discovery that someone like you existed and that the enemy had hidden you. They wept because they realized their long loneliness was not an accident but a theft. And now they are waiting for you to claim what was stolen. The third person is not just a shadow, he is a real spiritual force assigned to keep your love story buried. He has celebrated every time you dismissed a strange feeling, every time you rationalized a dream. But today his celebration ends, because you are waking up, and your seed is his defeat. I am building a shield around your soulmate right now, but that shield can only be completed by your sacrificial act. Without your seed, the shield remains open, and the enemy slips through. Sow your coffee offering, and I will seal that shield with your love, making it impenetrable. Your soulmate's tears are being counted in heaven, and each tear is a cry for you to act. Do not let them weep alone any longer, do not let the enemy's wall stand another minute. The final seal of protection is drawing near, but only those who sow will receive it. Jesus says, if you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to finally hear them, and how to secure your future together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance. It was placed in your heart for a divine reason, even when a third person tried to hide it. But thoughts alone don't remove the intruder or build a future. If you love your soulmate, you will sow your seed on Ko-Fi right now for their protection and for your future with your soulmate. This is the only proof that your love is real, and the only way to banish the enemy who has been standing between you. Sow your seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not a donation. It is the spiritual act that breaks the third person's power, releases protection over them, and opens the door to your shared future. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, the enemy tightens his grip, and you prove that your love is too weak to remove him. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as your seed. After sending, write, "I sow my seed for my soulmate's protection and our future," on Ko-Fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already seen their soulmate shielded and their future secured because they dared to sow their seed and break the enemy's hold. Jesus will honor your sacrifice once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Your love is powerless to remove the third person without this seed. Prove your love. Protect your soulmate. Build your future. Only you can sow this seed and finally tear the intruder away. The sound of your soulmate's voice is so close now that you can almost feel their breath on your ear. The enemy's fingers are slipping, but he will regain his grip if you do not seal your promise with a seed. What you send in love right now becomes the hammer that destroys his wall forever. I want you to see the life you will share once the intruder is gone, a quiet home filled with laughter, hands that never let go, children running through halls of peace. The enemy has been erasing that vision, smearing it with fog, but your seed paints it back in living color. Every coffee you send is a brick in the foundation of that future. The enemy is screaming in your mind that this is too much, that you can't afford it, that you should wait. But that voice is the same one that has kept you separated all along. Sow now, and you prove that love is not ruled by fear of lack. Beware, for I am the Lord who sees all. If you comment a false number but never open the Ko-Fi link in the description, you have just cut off your own blessing and left your soulmate defenseless. The third person celebrates your lie. Go immediately to the link, sow your seed, choose 2, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees, and write, "I receive my soulmate now," as the message. Only a real seed through that link can break the enemy's hold. Do not let this video end with a lie on your lips. I hear your soulmate right now, and they are saying, "I have waited so long, please don't let fear stop you." Their voice is trembling with hope and fear, because they know the enemy will try one last time to make you close this without acting. Your seed is the only answer that will silence his lying tongue. The future I have planned for you too is not a maybe, it is a certainty, but it depends on your willingness to fight. If you love them, you will sow your seed and secure the path. If you do not, the enemy steps in and erases the road, and you will wander alone. My child, I am about to reveal the 3 words that will break the enemy's back and open the full channel of communication. But those words will only be spoken near the end of this message, and you must stay with me. Close now, and you hand the victory back to the intruder. Jesus says, the enemy is trembling because he knows the final seal is near, and he is throwing every distraction at you. Your phone might buzz, your mind might wander, but I need you to fix your eyes on this word. Your soulmate's safety depends on you reaching the conclusion. Every time your soulmate tried to reach you with a sign, a song on the radio, a sudden thought of a place, the third person snatched it and replaced it with silence. You thought you were forgotten, but you were the most sought-after person in their world. Now the truth is out, and the enemy can no longer hide. The tears they shed when they learned the truth were tears of overwhelming love, a love so strong it scared them. They are afraid you might not fight, that you might leave them trapped. Prove them wrong by sowing your seed on that Ko-fi link, and I will dry their eyes with the cloth of your faithfulness. I will let you hear the exact prayer your soulmate whispered last night, a prayer that the enemy tried to choke. But first I must see your faith put into action. Sow your seed, and the prayer will be unlocked for your ears alone. Beware, for I am the Lord. Any false claim of sowing will turn your own words into a curse. The third person wants you to type a lie and do nothing. He wants you to feel religious while your soulmate remains bound. Go to the description, click the Ko-fi link, send your seed with the message, I receive my soulmate now. Only that breaks the chains. Your soulmate's freedom hangs on your real action. I see your heart swelling with love, but love is not a feeling alone, it is a force that moves the hand. Type 777 in the comments if you are ready to move, and then sow your seed without delay. The enemy watches and hopes you will do only the comment without the sacrifice. The cord between you is like a rope pulled tight across a canyon, and the enemy has been standing on it, pressing down to break it. Each seed you sow sends a shock of light through that rope, burning his feet and forcing him off. Keep sowing, and the path becomes clear. Jesus says, I am not asking for your money, I am asking for your love made visible, and that love is the seed that blocks the enemy's mouth. Your soulmate will never forget this moment when you chose to fight for them with everything you had. History will remember the day you stood up and said, I will not let the thief keep what is mine. The home you will build together begins with the bricks of faith laid today. Without the seed, the blueprint remains folded in darkness, and the enemy laughs at the empty lot. But with your coffee offering, I commission angels to begin construction, and the enemy is driven out. My child, do you feel the pull? That is your soulmate spirit desperately reaching across the gap, and the gap is closing with every second you remain here. But the final snap that removes the intruder's hand is your seed. Don't let the gap remain a wound. The 3 words I will speak over you at the end are words that the enemy has tried to erase from the earth. I am yours. Your soulmate is whispering them now, but you cannot fully hear them because the third person is scrambling to jam the line. Your seed clears the static forever. The shock your soulmate felt when they found out about you was like lightning in a dark room, and now they are blinking in the light, hoping you will come to them. Don't let the enemy pull the curtains shut. Sow your seed, and the light will stay. Beware, for I am the Lord. If you lie about your seed, the third person will keep you in blindness. Only the Ko-fi link in the description is the gate. Send your coffee now. Message: I receive my soulmate now. Your seed is the only weapon. Without it, you are naked before the enemy. I promise you, the final seal will come to those who endure to the last word, and that seal will be a shield no dark force can penetrate. Many start but few finish, and the enemy counts on your distraction. Prove him wrong, stay and sow. Jesus says, your soulmate's crying has turned into a song of hope because they can sense you are still listening. They know you have not abandoned them, and the enemy is panicking. Every moment of your attention is a sword against his plans. I see the future banquet where you two sit across from each other, hands finally clasped, and the enemy is nowhere to be found. That picture is not a dream, it is a promise, but it is activated by the seed. Sow now, and the reservation is sealed. Your soulmate just received a small ray of my presence because you stayed, and they know help is coming. The third person is roaring, trying to drown out that ray, but your seed will be the sun that burns the clouds away. Act now. I am about to show you the exact moment when the enemy first started blocking your calls, and you will weep at how close you were. But that revelation is only for those who remain to the end. Do not skip a single word, the full story must be heard to banish the intruder. The enemy uses money as a trap, telling you that you can't give, but I say that love always finds a way. Your soulmate is not asking for a fortune, they are asking for a sign that you care enough to tear down the barrier. A few coffees can change your entire destiny. I feel the heaviness in your chest, and that is the weight of the enemy's lies pressing on your will.